Hello, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Roadkill, and today we're going to be flying the PC-12 from Kelowna to West Kootenai Airport in live weather, live time. I'm trying to figure out this airplane and just messing around with it, and figured I'd shoot a video while I'm doing it. So we should have a little bit of fun on our live weather flight, but before we do, hit that like and subscribe button. Also the notification bell so that you can keep up to date on all my latest videos. Leave a comment down below on what you like to fly and where and why. I'd love to hear from you. With that all out of the way, let's get to flying. So we are in the PC-12 here. We're going to try to get her all organized and set up to fly here. Let me get my viewpoint figured out here. There we go, that's better. Alright, so I'm going to get the buses on. Battery, external power, get that switched on, and we're going to get the beacons going. Nav, I'm just going to throw the strobe on too. Fuel pumps on. I think you can just leave those on auto. Let me get back down here in the driver's seat here. Put that to idle. So we've got all that running. Now we just need to get the engine going. Alright, it took. So we are good to go. It should start anyways, I thought. Okay, it is starting. It was just taking a little while. Turn these caution lights off. We'll turn the generators on once we get the RPMs up. Looks like we have some fog rolling in. Oh, it's starting to rain too. Cool. That's why I like flying live weather. You never know what you're going to get. Alright, let's throw these generators on so we can get our flight plan in the computer here. Let's bring up our EFB. I'm still trying to learn this EFB. You should be able to send it. Send it to ATC and avionics. I'm not going to use ATC, so I'm just going to do avionics. I'm not sure how to program the plane to follow the VFR, so I'm probably just going to stick and rudder it as we fly. At least that's the plan. Anyways, landing lights, need to flip those on. Taxi lights. And I think we're good to go. And I'm going to take off in this direction. Or from this direction here. If I can figure out the VFR, that would be a lot of fun. Just because I can mess around with the flight patterns and approaches and departures and... I've messed around with it a little bit in the RJ Professional, and I enjoyed that, except for programming it into the computer, because you got to program all the waypoints in, and that kind of takes some time, and sometimes I just want to jump in and fly. It's not like in 2020 you could just tell the world map where you wanted to fly and it just automatically put a direct flight in there. So now it puts in the VFR. Maybe I'm missing something where it can just do a direct flight without all the extra flight plan. So I think that's what's messing up my autopilot when I try to use the autopilot, is the VFR. I mean, I guess I could just do it the old-fashioned way and do a direct flight. Is this guy waiting for me or what? No? He's just gonna go? Alright, I'm gonna go too. Alright. That's why I'm not... I should be using the ATC, but I'm not. So, it's all good. I'm not sure if that's AI or if it's an actual online player, because I've got everybody loaded in with AI and no name tags. So, anyways, let's get the flaps down and get taken off here. Get our nose up. And we're off. We're off. If I can figure out this aircraft, this might be my go-to aircraft to fly from now on. At least for a little while. For some reason I am not centered. It's kind of bugging me. There we go. And we're up. Gear up. Flaps up. Nose up. Now I'm going to gain some altitude before I try to mess with the autopilot. So far so good. We've got a nice little takeoff there without any issue. I try to get us onto center line. It looks like it's a direct flight via the map there, so I don't know. We'll find out. So I get up here over these mountains. I'm going to throttle back a bit so I don't blow the engine up. Where are we at? We're just to the left of the line there. I gotta say, the trees look amazing, and the rocks, cliffs, and everything looks pretty good. The grass still kind of looks eh, but I do have the grass turned down graphically. Alright, nice little rainstorm we flew out of there. Let's see. I'm going to continue to try to climb, but I'm going to try autopilot and see if I can get the nav to work. Now, I didn't activate it, so that might be why it's not working. I might be too far away from the actual
autopilot.
Autopilot's on, nav's on, and it's not turning in. So I'm gonna have to turn off autopilot and turn in to my heading and see if it grabs it. We're going to hold our altitude here. And I'm going to get the auto thrust going so I don't go over speed, because I like to do that. Where we at? 214. .204. Keep it around 200. I think I am going to get the vertical speed going here, just to gain a little more altitude. I want to get up to about 500 feet. I guess I'm doing 1400. That works. So far, the autopilot's working wonderfully. We'll see if it holds out. The past few times that I have tried it, it'll all of a sudden just cut to the right and start doing a right-hand steep bank instead of following the guided path here. So I'm interested to see how long this lasts. I may have finally figured it out, I hope. One thing I realized I didn't do is that this plane has the checklist built in here somewhere. You can put the checklist on the screen and follow it that way if you want. You can also bring up the EFB and follow the checklist as well. You know, I don't think it is following where it's supposed to go, so I guess I am going to try to get it as close as I can to following the flight path. I'm gonna have to gain some altitude here. So we got some yellow ahead. I could always fly stick and rudder too, that's fine. It's not like it's that hard. It's a straight flight from Kelowna to West Kootenai. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's get back in line here. Whoa, got some downdraft there. Whoa, that is not good. Yeah, that's sketchy. Hitting some major turbulence here. All right. Trying to see if there's an estimated time of arrival here, but I'm not sure where that is on this. I'm gonna have to watch a tutorial on this plane. And we are hitting some wind. Alright, we're getting back in line with our flight plan here, and it looks like the airport's just up ahead. So we're not too far off. From our destination. Let's see what happens if I hit the autopilot here. Autopilot. Nav. Altitude. Well, it's keeping her steady at least. They have a bit of haze out there today, but visibility is pretty good. I think I might have to pull up a little bit to get over this mountain ahead of us.
Autopilot.
I'm going to turn that off. And do freestyle. Stick and rudder. Try not to crash us. Or go over speed. That's the thing that kills me a lot, is going over speed. One of the cool features though in 2024 is if you crash, you start where you crash. So if I were to go over speed, it just put me in the air flying right here, which I appreciate, especially if I'm flying with friends. I don't have to start at an airport or click on their icon and start where they're at. It just automatically does it. So that's pretty convenient. Alright, I'm thinking it's just right down here. I might take it down low. I'm going to cut throttle back some. Whoa, not that much. And take her low and kind of skim the water here on our way in. Fly low and slow. Lose some altitude here and see if I can find the airport. It's just directly that way where I'm looking. So I'm guessing it's just on the corner of the river up here. Which side of the river, I don't know. I've been looking at that B-17 by Micro Pros. That's my favorite airplane of all time. So I'm pretty excited about that one. I've been waiting for a B-17 to be put out for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I'm definitely going to get that airplane here in the near future and fly the heck out of it. But I was also looking at the Black Hawk helicopter, and it's on sale this week. And I'm trying to pay off my credit cards. I have not been very responsible in the recent weeks because I bought this game and then I bought Battlefield 6. And I need to pay that credit card off. And these games, it's hard for me to say no. Especially when they work well, like this game. It works well now compared to what it was on launch, so I'm very happy about that. I knew it was going to take some time, and it was almost 11 months now that they've been working on it, and they're bringing it to what it should have been when it released, but it's there now, and I'm enjoying it. Let's get my speed up a bit here. A lot of the times I won't fly low like this, and I miss out on all the scenery, and so I think I'm going to take advantage of that now that I can with the internet that I have, and just do kind of these flights and have fun on the way to our destination. It's telling me to pull up, but I'm not pulling up. I like flying low. Definitely a beautiful flight in. Look at all that haze on the mountains there. That's pretty cool. I've flown into this airport before, and I can't remember. I want to say it's right in the middle of this canyon up here. If I'm remembering it correctly. I can speed up a bit. Just not too much. I don't want to rip my wings off before I get there. Yeah, this is pretty sweet, man. I'm doing the career mode, which is pretty cool. I want to get into the helicopters and do some rescue missions. I think that would be a lot of fun. But I need to spend more time doing that. I've been playing Battlefield 6 instead of doing my career in this game. Well, those buildings aren't modeled, are they? Looks like we have some power lines up here. Okay, keep an eye out for the airport, which is right up around the bend here. I think I am gonna climb up over this knobby hill over here and see if I can line up with the airport. I might have to come back around. In fact, is this the one? I think that's the airport there on the right. Just on the left-hand side of the river, if I remember correctly. If I'm thinking of the right one, I think I am. Yes, indeed. I need to slow down. That is it right there. So, I'm going to throttle back here and try not to slam into the side of this mountain and get lined up. Gear down. Throw some flaps down. The sounds of this airplane are great. Okay, yeah, I remember this airplane. This is where I flew the Cessna 150 in a thunderstorm. Back in the olden days when I first started playing this game. I need to start slowing down. Alright, we're lined up here. I just need to get my tail in line. I have not perfected landing this yet. I don't know what that beep is. Is that my saying that I've hit my minimums? I'm betting that's what that was. Alright, how do I get off this runway? Well, that wasn't too bad of a landing. It could have been better, but I'm not complaining. Alright, I might actually, when I'm done recording, I might walk around this airport and check things out. I'm just going to park here because I'm going to get out and check out the airport when I'm done here. It's a cool little airport. Alright, well, thanks for flying with me. I hope you had a good time. I did. I'm really looking forward to getting to know this plane a little better and figuring out the navigation. So hopefully I can do that and be a little more efficient in flying. But you all have a great week or weekend, whatever you have ahead of you. Stay safe and Godspeed.